Hi, good evening. I'm pretty sure I'm live. I'm actually going to go between two tabs. It's not going to be terribly easy for me to see if anyone's getting any putting any questions up or any likes or comments or anything like that, but I shall do my very, very best. Thank you for joining me either now live or later on this evening or tomorrow, weekend, or whatever it might be. So I've been a partner with UW for 4 years, and it's been one hell of a ride. Certainly the last year or so has been really interesting, and I'm very glad to see that the back of that is obviously behind me. It's been very, very difficult for the industry at large, and it's been a really tough ride for most people. But what I'm really happy about now and absolutely thrilled to bits is the fact that we've got something pretty darn special. And you post earlier, there's actually a new UW ambassador. And it's Ben Fogel, and I think what a fantastic partnership that's going to be moving forward. He's exceptional in terms of looking at nature, in terms of looking at the environmental issues. He's a great adventurer, wonderful author, and I think he's a superb addition to our brand. So the reason for me popping on this evening is just to show you, if you've not seen this before, I know many of you haven't, what it looks like. You know, if you were to say, yeah, Luce, come on, let's have a little look together. I'm kind of curious to see what it looks like. Has literally just changed as of this weekend, so I'm running through a brand new quote, I can't speak, a brand new series of quote pages. There we go, that's better. So you can link together, and if you think this looks pretty cool and you'd like for me to run a real life quote for you, we can do exactly that. So I'm now going to just move over to one of my tabs. You can probably hear my mouse scraping on my desk, sorry about that. So this is the first screen that we come to. Now this is the quotation section, so there are numerous pages that we can flip through. Obviously I can't answer or go through absolutely everything, because this is very much around a bespoke experience that I'm with. So certain things are going to be very important to you, and other things perhaps not so much. What we do when we first get together is we actually have a look through a series of other slides. The reason for that is because we start to talk about you. It's all about you, and we make sure that I've got all the information that I need that is relative to what you currently have. So we go through your setup, who you're with, how much you're paying, what your usage is, what your likes and dislikes have been about your experience with your current utility suppliers. And we just get to know each other a little bit if I don't already know you. The point of the matter is I've got, as I say, sort of several slides to go through, and it acts as a really nice conversation piece for us to talk together about, because there are certain things, because we do so many products, some things can slip through the net if we don't actually have that conversation up front. So we spend sort of 10 to 15 minutes in the first instance just going through what's important to you, and then we go along to the actual quotation piece, which is what I'm showing you now. So on this page you'll see there are 4 services that we offer, and the idea is that you choose the services completely up to you, and it's like a pick and mix. It's like going shopping on Amazon or anywhere, you know, just literally you can just chop and change. I'll have that, I'll have that, I won't have that, I'll take that back out. And what this does as you're going through is it completely shows you what you have unlocked in terms of your savings. So let's just say you only want to have a look at energy, no problem. Now you can see here that the energy box is ticked, and it says it's always cheaper than the government's price cap. This estimated price here is very much geared towards somebody who is a medium user, and that is kind of like, you know, like any business will look at the sort of middle ground, I suppose, but everybody's usage is very, very different. So it says down here, clearly you've selected one service, and that's all there is to it. So you've got 3 benefits here that will become unlocked as you choose different services. So if I now choose broadband, and at this stage you're not choosing what, you're just choosing what products you'd like to pop into the mix, and then we look at the detail of it. So broadband, you've now unlocked with the 2 services, 2.5% discount off the government's energy price cap, saving you at least £48 a year based upon the medium usage. If you then think, oh, do you know what, I'm going to add mobile into that, you're going to know that you've got a strong signal because it uses the EE network. And by bundling energy with 2 other services, you've unlocked 100% renewable electricity, and you are eligible for our fixed tariff. Obviously, this is not a pretty picture right now, and I'll show you why when we get to that stage. Plus, we'll also plant a tree for you in the UW woodland. You may have seen a previous post that I put out several weeks ago now. It's a lovely video of in the Brecon Beacons, where you've got the woodland manager, and he is looking at the sheer volume of trees that has been planted in the UW area in the Brecon Beacons, and it's absolutely outstanding. The work that we do behind the scenes with regards to environmental studies is just superb. So at this level, where you've got three savings, I beg your pardon, three services, you've got three separate savings. So you've now got 5% off the government's energy price cap, saving you £96 a year, 10% broadband discount, £200 towards any early termination fees with your current suppliers. And what that means is it can be across all three suppliers. So if you've got £25 with your energy, 120 with your broadband, and then you obviously got a bit extra with your mobile, you will literally get that value of money back into your account. If you then pop insurance in, there's 4 different kinds of insurance. You will get the maximum amount of savings. So it's the more that you take, the more you save. I said in my earlier post, can you imagine if you go shopping on Amazon? Oh, I'll have that, and I'll have that. Oh, I'll have that. Oh my God, I've got 4 things in my basket. I've now got a discount. Woohoo! I mean, you go nuts, wouldn't you? So you've now got a free £50 credit on your UW cashback card, and I'll talk about that cashback card a little bit later on. So let's go to the next page. So here we can pop in details about your current provider. What this will invariably do is it tots up throughout each of the pages. So when we get to the summary page, it shows you what you're currently paying out now and what the UW quote comes in at as a comparison. So it makes all the adding up and the mucking about so much easier than it used to be. So here we actually can start looking at the broadband that's available to your property. Now, as I said before, I've put my own property details in here. This is my house. This is what I can get. The nice thing about our broadband is there's no price hikes whilst you're mid-contract. I suspect most of you will have had, if you're not with UW, you will have had emails or notifications from your current broadband suppliers to tell you that your prices are going to go up, whether you're mid-contract or not. And these can be in the region of about 9%. So with all the energy malarkey going on as well, you've also got that going on, which is no fun. I'm just nipping back to my Facebook page just to make sure there's no questions come in so far. Nope, got one viewer, that's lovely, hello. So here we go, broadband at my property. It shows you that it's an 18-month contract, which is completely standard in the world of broadband. Landline is included. Now, if full fibre was available, then I wouldn't need that landline. And I say would need, and I mean that inverted commas. It's not about need, it's about the fact just how it works. So if you don't know how it works, I'll just really quickly explain it to you. If you have full fibre as an option to your property, that is completely separate system to what you've already got. So full fibre is fibre optic cables, and they are completely separate from the copper phone lines that are still connected to most of our houses. So all the while you've got your copper only line coming in, as you can see with the choices I've got available. I don't have full fibre. I have to have that phone and landline included because that's just the technology, that's just the way it is. However, you'll see here from the Ultra Plus, which I've got in the house, and it's brilliant. I normally get about 73 megabits per second. It's £27.90 a month. After 18 months, it's £34.19. I've got the option for Ultra, which I used to have, but I've bumped it up to the Ultra Plus because it was just better whilst I'm up here Zooming, or, you know, Justin's downstairs and he's streaming a film or whatever he's doing. It just worked out a bit better, a bit more of a stable connection. So I'm going to go ahead and select that one. So choose your Wi-Fi setup. You've got a choice. I wouldn't suggest going with your own router, although you're perfectly entitled to. The reason for that is if you do have any technical issues, the technical team clearly can't log in remotely to your own router because they just can't. So the UW Wi-Fi hub is what we've got downstairs, and it's perfectly good for small to medium-sized homes. I wanted to say as well, it's just won the, oh God, I knew I'd forget it. It's the Wi-Fi Home Hub Award for February with which magazine? Best Buy, that's the one, Best Buy with which magazine. So this one is interesting because you get a whole home Wi-Fi kit if that is something that you need. So this includes your Amazon Eero to get the strongest, most reliable Wi-Fi connection around your home. So This is where you get the individual Eero hubs, and you can see those on Amazon. They're quite dear to buy, but you can buy them outright if you want them, or you can rent them very cheaply through UW. It might be a suggestion, as I did with a friend of mine last week. She wasn't sure. I said, well, just go with a regular hub. And if you find that it still doesn't reach upstairs properly and you want it to, then just try those and see how you get on. So we went for the middle option. So for the sake of exercise just now, I'll show that one. Home phone. So if you are somebody who uses your home phone still, and people do, it shows you here you've got free calls to any other UW customers anytime. It includes mobiles, local charges, and £200, I said before, to help you switch. You've got these options. Most people don't tend to have them anymore, and some free options too, but we'll just continue past there. Mobile. So you've got the value option at 12 quid, which is SIM only. These are SIM only deals, and they're a 30-day rolling contract. This one is just the best on the market. Unlimited for £18 for one SIM, or £30 for two SIMs. Mum and I actually have got a SIM card each, so we just pay £15 each for ours. It's completely unlimited, absolutely brilliant service. I'm out in the country, don't get much service from any provider. I get about 2 bars out here, but of course I make all my calls over Wi-Fi anyway. But it's nice to know if I am on the road, got plenty of data for my minutes, not my minutes, sorry, my miles on the sat nav, and also play music, stream music, whatever I can, want to on the road. So here you have got no speed restrictions, strong coverage over the UK, and you can choose how many of those you want. So you get 3 additional SIMs alongside the main master SIM for £12 each. So it's a really good saving if you've got a family of 4. That's a great price for unlimited each. So we can just customize our order here. We do handsets. You can rent those. You can pay for those monthly, starting at around £17 for an iPhone SE, £21 for an iPhone 11, or £27 for an iPhone 11. But we can go into that if that's something that's important to you. I've kept my phone for a while now. I used to have the brand new iPhone every time, working for Apple, as you might imagine. But I'm just sticking with my same one for now. Needs must. If it suits you, we can set up your SIM to be ready to go when you receive it, or we can set it up that you can sort it out when you receive it. It's up to you. So that's how we can make sure you get to keep your number. Oh, top tip. If you don't know how much you've got left to run on your contract with your current phone, if you text the number 65075, that's the number that you text, the word, you literally just type PAC. Send that off, and within a minute you'll get a text back to you saying, okay, so your account is with, I don't know, O2, you've got 3 months left on your contract. If you leave now, this is going to be your early termination fee. Leave that alone. That can just sit there and just disappear after a set amount of time. The brilliant thing about that is, of course, is that you just then know where you're at if you don't know where you're at. So there we go, continue. So here we get to the energy part. This is where it's getting pretty scary out there, right? So I'm going to just put in, or show you how you would put in a specific usage. So it gives me the option of low, medium, high usage. So it explains what a low user is likely to be: smaller 1-bedroom property, regularly empty on weekdays, perhaps a newer build, so the insulation's pretty good, and the estimated consumption is that. So on your recent bill, you will see your projected consumption in terms of kilowatt hours, and also the projected amount of money that is going to cost you. You should have had by now what that's going to look like come 1st of April. And yes, it's going to make you gulp, maybe make you cry a bit as well. It's pretty bad for most of us. So we need to find some ways to soften that blow. The medium usage, as you see, bumps up a little bit in terms of occupancy and size of home and the amount of kilowatt hours that you're using. And the high runs to that, 4-bed houses. If you really don't know your usage and you're in a real pickle, we can just use that as an industry standard. Ideally, we're going to enter your known usage here. So from your bill, we can literally pop your own personal usage in here and get you a like-for-like quote on what you're using. For now, for the sake of this exercise this evening, I'm going to just choose medium and go ahead and get quote. So a medium user is looking at £157 a month on variable. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys are all fairly familiar now with what the variable and fixed means. I'm happy to talk about that another time. I think I won't take up your time this evening, but I will just show you the difference. So variable right now is at the price cap, as you know, but with what we've chosen this evening, you've got 5% discount off that price cap, which this is why it's come down a little bit lower than what you're expecting to pay. This particular one has got you 100% renewable electricity, plus your tree planted. This is really nice, actually, an extra £50 off your bill when you have your smart meters installed. I know there's still some people out there who are a bit anti-smart meters. You know, I understand that. For me, I think it's been an absolute blooming godsend. And tomorrow I'm going to record a little video just to show you how to use your smart meter display, so that you can literally see by the minute, by the day, by the month, how much electricity and gas you're using in your property. And that means that you can manage it. Look after the pennies and the pounds that code themselves, don't they? Remember that? So come October, it's expected, although of course you never know what's going to happen in the next few months, it's expected that the energy price cap is going to rise by about 40%, although there's been a little bit of wiggle room about that over the last few days. But even if it is, the fixed tariff is considerably more. So 246 157. Right, I've got my trusty calculator here. 246 and 157 is actually a 57% increase. So right now that wouldn't be a very good idea to go ahead and choose that fixed tariff. But of course you do you. I'm not here to tell you what you should and shouldn't do. You're in the driving seat throughout this whole experience. I'm just here to show you what it is and work out some of the logical stuff behind it, and then just show it to you, and then you must make the right choice for you. So down here we can have a look at the illustrative electricity costs and the gas to separate them out in more detail, so you can see exactly what your consumption looks like and your personal projection in terms of money for the year and for the month. And if you're really green and you want to know every single little detail, I don't blame you. You can see your unit rate and your standing charge. All right, so let's close that. So we're going to go ahead and say, do you know what? Yep, let's go for that. Accept quote. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to go back a step. I'm pretty sure I left it on variable. Yes, I did. Accept quote. Boiler and home cover. So this is a really interesting product that you might be familiar with in terms of HomeServe and British Gas. They've got very similar products where it is going to be covering you for an annual service on your boiler, breakdown, central heating systems, plumbing, drainage, and electrics, and that is going to be covering you for emergency call-outs. So with each, there's a £60 excess to pay. With UW, it's 5-star rated with de facto. You've got your unlimited call-outs, 24/7 claims team, nationwide coverage, £200 switch incentive, and your parts and labour is also covered. So what I like about this, oh, there we go, Moneyfax, not de facto. Moneyfax home emergency cover, 5 stars. Price-wise, it's £18 a month. I don't know if you already have this, how much you're paying, whether you would consider this a good thing to have for you in your current setup, but that's the information that you need. If anybody's interested, I can actually send you policy details. Not scary as you think it's going to be. It's not just horrific amounts of pages to read. Once this generates the quote, I might regret doing this now. It's going to be sitting here for a while. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay. I don't know what's going on there. And now it's going to let me go any further. Oh man. There we go. Patience. I have none. So policy wording. There you go. Boiler and home cover. So that would be several pages of not too hideous amounts of information, but it'll tell you what you need to know. If anybody wants a copy of that, you're very welcome to it. Just let me know and I'll send you a copy. For this example, I'm going to just say no thanks. And here you've got Bill Protector and Income Protector. These are two new products, and you can choose either, both, or none to whatever suits you. So I'm just going to leave that on the screen there for 2 seconds while I have a drink of my water, and you can see what that says. And there we go. So no thanks to that right now. Okay, so cashback card. This is just the jewel in the crown. So it is a MasterCard, and it works when you go shopping just like any other card does. You put your PIN number in, or you use it to tap and pay, depending on how much your purchase is. The beauty of this, for me and for many people, is kind of twofold. The first one, when you are budgeting, we can talk about that another time. When you're budgeting, you've got your main account and all your bills, your mortgage, etc., gets paid out of it. A lot of us have a second account, which will be our daily usage account. What is a really good idea is to pop that daily usage, your spending budget, if you will, onto this card. Now that can be a manual thing that you do every month, or it can be a standing order and it's just taken care of. Then what you do is you each in your, as a couple, whatever, you would use this card like you would normally do, paying for petrol, food shopping, hairdressers, down the pub, or whatever it might be. And you get cash back on literally everything and everywhere you shop in the UK. If the retailer is not a partner with UW, you'll get 1%. And that 1% off that purchase, actually UW pay, which is insane. There are a bunch of brands that are included. Some of these will be very familiar to you. 7%, here's these guys here, and these are the ones that are in person. There's another load that are going to be online retailers. Some you've heard of, some you may have not, but you can see those through your portal. So 5% cash back, which is where you got the most retailers. So Boots, for me, I love my Boots card. Okay, I did have about 45 quid on there, which I saved up from various shopping trips, which is perfect when you go Christmas shopping. So it doesn't matter which loyalty card you've got for points. Again, I go shopping at Tesco's more than anywhere else, and I get, last month I was really excited. I got £29.50 in my vouchers, and I thought I was really thrilled to bits with that. But yeah, Boots, whatever points cards you've got, you can use those completely and utterly. Then you can pay using your UW cashback card, and you're going to get another load of cashback off your bills. So these are the retailers that offer the best cashback who are partnered with UW. Now Sainsbury's is on here. There we go, 3%. That includes petrol. Dun, dun, dun. Providing you've done some food shopping, I think it's 50 quid in Sainsbury's the same week or within the 5 to 7 days. You can also get your 3% cash back on your petrol and diesel. That's pretty major right now, right? So looking at these retailers, a lot of these you may use, some of them you may not, but you're going to get 1% everywhere anyway. I'm going to give you one other tip, and I've got loads to share with you, but obviously not right now because I'll be on here all night. So if you are an Amazon fan, and let's face it, who isn't? And I don't know if Emily's watching, but she likes it. She likes a bit of Amazon, don't you, Emily? The Wilko, shops at Wilko and online, you can buy Amazon vouchers. Now, Wilko's giving you 5%. So you do a little cheeky, sneaky one there. Go and buy Wilko gift vouchers for Amazon. Get your 5% cash back, and then you've got your 5% essentially cash back with your Amazon shopping. Cha-ching. So this year it might be a little bit different in terms of how you go about your approach to buying normal things, and how you approach how you would normally live your lives, just to get you a little bit more value for money. And I think it's really important that we're all getting our value for money this year. It's going to be hard enough as it is, right? And a few little tweaks, and that's all that will do it. So add cashback card. So here's how the summary screen looks. Right, I'm going to quickly go back into my Facebook page, see if there's any comments. No comments, no worries. So as you can see, it gives me the total. Had I put in current suppliers, it will have come up here with your current suppliers costs. So let's just say, rounding up all of the same exact things, you're currently spending £250 a month, or you're going to be from 1st of April, certainly. Then you can see here what the cost saving is going to be by moving everything over. So your chosen services are going to be listed underneath that. All the details are there. So your broadband tariff, the estimated speeds, upload and download speeds, what you've chosen in terms of equipment. It says here what extra discounts you had available because you've unlocked that level of discount with through choice. And then your cashback card. Right, letting you know about this. So this £2 a month, this comes out of the cashback that you will have earned. So let's just say you've earned £20 a month cashback, or £20 this month for your cashback. You'll see £18 of it. There has to be something, of course, as I said before, the 1% comes out of UW's own pocket, as it were. And so that £2 a month just goes a little bit towards the administration of that card. I know it can seem a bit like, oh, £2, but actually when you know it's going to save you a decent amount of money, I mean, as a couple, I mean, £24, £25 is easy for us to do. For families, definitely the same, if not more. If you're buying and booking a holiday, easy to get a decent amount of cash back. You can put £5 on that card if you wanted to, book a holiday, for example, and then you get the cash back on that. But we can talk about all the details, finer details, another time. So what would happen at this stage, if all that looked really lovely to you and you fancy going ahead, then we go to sign up, and it's super easy. It's a case of you take hold of the screen if we're on Zoom. There's limited amounts of information I get to see for full GDPR compliance, and then we just go ahead and press go. So what happens next? Head office see your order and they start the process. There's a 14-day normal calling off period anyway, but as a customer, you get 30 days to change your mind. And if you want to leave within those 30 days, you've made a mistake, then you won't have any penalties to pay. You can just take your utilities to other providers at your leisure, which is amazing. So this part is super quick and easy to do as well. You set up your Clubhouse account, which is your portal, your own personal web page, where you get to see all of your bills in the one place. And you also get to set up your cashback card details. So you get to choose your own passwords, that kind of stuff, and another card holder if you want to. So I'm going to go back a step. So far so good. So what I'm going to do is just show you the difference when I take things out. So if I now remove the home phone, you'll see it's going to tell me I'm going to be changing from 157 a month in terms of the energy tariff to 161. Excuse me. But I'm still going to remove it. That's fine. I'm also going to remove my mobile because you know what? I just want to see how much the energy is going to be if I remove everything and just have energy. So there you go. You get the option there to tell you how much that's going to be. So now we've just got the gas, the electricity, and the cashback card. Now this was based on consumption of 2,900 kilowatt hours of electricity, which is medium usage, and gas is 12,000 usage. There's every chance you're somewhere between those two, but that is the kind of money you're paying. So 165 quid. And actually that is what we're paying, or slightly above, because we've actually got solar panels here. So during the day, obviously on a good day as well, I tend to, we use that first just by the way that they work, and then we dip into the national grid. And so we pay, well, do you know what? I don't even know what the new rate is because I haven't looked properly, which is really good, isn't it? But I think it's probably in the region of about £152. So we're slightly underneath the medium usage. So how does that sound to you at this stage? Pretty interesting? So this is how the pick a mix option works. We can literally add things in, take things out, have a play, come back to the summary page time and time again until you're absolutely certain that you've got the best value for money package for you. And I'm literally going to help you out by giving you tips and tricks along the way. And you are going to make your own decision, and that's not for me to get involved in. I'm just here to give you the information that you're going to need. You can ask me as many questions as you like. One last thing. Actually, I'm on two last things. The first one, if you're the kind of person, and I'm sorry, I can't actually switch this off now because with the way that the Facebook works, I actually can't now not share my screen with you. So I'm just going to have to share my screen with you. I think, unless someone knows how I can do it. Oh dear, I don't know. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to muck about with it and make myself look really silly. So I'll leave it there. So the thing I wanted to tell you about is if you, and I've managed to lose my train of thread, isn't life wonderful? Brilliant. I thought that might happen. One thing I do know to tell you about, meter readings. So if you have got a smart meter, go and take photographs of your smart meters and make sure you still upload your meter reading on the 31st of March. Why? Because the price changed on the 1st of March. No, it doesn't. Change the 1st of April. So you want to make sure that the billing department, with whoever provider you're with, absolutely knows what your final meter reading is, if you will, on the 31st of March before it goes up 54%. Take photographs of that meter so that you've got a time and date stamped evidence of what your meters are saying on that day. If you've been a little bit lax, as so many people have, and they haven't even done meter reading for months and months, and you're still getting estimated bills, you need to get in quick, because this could get even messier. So if you look at your latest bill, and don't panic, but do please make sure at your first opportunity, go and take photographs of your meter readings, whether it's analog or smart, whatever it is, and make sure that you are submitting those meter readings to your provider. That way the billing team can make sure absolutely that you're going to get billed correctly. And on the 1st of April, it's all going up. So you do not want to be paying for what you don't want to have to be paying for. Okay. I would absolutely love to do this for current setup, your numbers, and work out what could be the best value for money for you. And the other thing I want to tell you about is, if you're the kind of person who is, I don't know where to find this, I don't know where to find that, I'm confused, oh, I can't possibly dig it all out. I love people like you. I love people just bringing me all of their crap, basically, and saying, right, it's in there somewhere, you sort it out. Honestly, I love doing it. So please don't let that deter you. If your broadband, for example, your deal isn't up for 6 months, it's totally and utterly fine. Why don't we look at it anyway? And we can have a look in today's money, and then we can diarise again for, say, 4.5 months' time and have another look at it then. I will put it in my customer relationship manager system. I will ring you. So you haven't even got to worry about missing your own deadline. I will ring you. I will be your PA on this, and I will let you know when your deadline's due. We'll have a look at it then. And then we've got plenty of lead time before your contract runs out with that provider, and we'll get you the best deal at the time. So win-win, really. Hope you've enjoyed this. Hope it's been really useful. I haven't seen any questions come through. Your dinner by about now, so maybe we'll have a few people watching over the weekend. Please do ask me questions. I'm more than happy to answer them for you, even really awkward ones to do with energy or broadband or that kind of stuff. No other weird questions, thanks very much. And I'll be very happy to help you out. So thanks for your time, and I will speak to you again. Bye bye.